Hello. Sorry I'm late.
You guys have a question? We'll get started here.
Coach, how do you keep your team from listening too much to all the good things they've heard about themselves over the last 48 hours?
Well, I mean, outstanding game. Congratulations, and onward.
Move over to Mike here.
Hey, Jim. Jabriel doesn't play a traditional safety position. He doesn't play a traditional cornerback position. Why is that spot that you guys have him at best for him and best for you guys?
Well, it's a nickel position. Takes an athlete who is physical but athletic and cover receivers in the slot. Could also contribute in the running game. Usually somebody who's really good corner and a good safety is ideal for that position. So, I mean, pretty much every team has that position. So no, not inventing anything. That's looked at as a starting position by just about every defense that plays football now.
Move over to your right, Coach Nick.
Jim, you were pretty optimistic about Davion's health the other day. Are you still optimistic? Do you have any update on Davion here?
Yeah, it's going to be sore, and he'll be working through that soreness.
Questionable situation for him for Saturday?
I don't know. I don't think we have to do that in college football, do we?
What's the injury?
He's got something he's working through. I haven't seen him today.
Move back over to the left here with Steve.
Hey, Jim, last week you talked about Kyle Kalis and how he's playing.
Yeah.
How did he grade out this week, and touch on how he's done overall this season, where he's come from when you first saw him?
Better and better. Yeah, he's really on his assignments. Yeah, he's playing with a better and better pad level, making the right fits. Yeah, he's done good. Mason Cole's another who played really good in this past game. It's good to see his progression as well.
Did Mason grade out the highest on the line?
Yeah, he did. He did good.
Go right next to him, Adam.
Jim, just curious, after Saturday, what were some of your conversations like with Jake? 0 turnovers, I think 194 passing yards. What did you talk to him about this past weekend after that win?
I think mostly just we're happy with the win. Or was talking about it in the locker room?
Well, yeah,
Yes, congratulations. Great win for us.
Because with the 0 turnovers and obviously 31-0 win, did you any specific conversations about, hey, you did this well?
Coaching-wise?
Yeah.
No. They were off yesterday. The players are off yesterday, and they'll be coming in today for film review. So we'll have a chance to do that later today.
Saturday night, maybe?
No, the players were off. We had no meetings Saturday night or Sunday.
Mind if you have any questions, raise your hand, get the mic. Here, we'll move up the mic here.
Hey, Jim, what do you like about your fullbacks? And obviously, they've had a pretty big involvement in the offense. That's something that at least Michigan fans have not seen in the last couple of years.
They're doing a good job securing the football. They've been running the ball. They've gotten carries, good tough yards, picked up short yardage situations for us, moved the chains, and also bled out some good yardage carries, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8. Have blocked extremely well, and they're contributing catching the ball out of the backfield. Both Joe Carrot, Sione Huma, Henry Poggi would put in that category. I wish I would have used Bobby Henderson in the game this past week. But he's doing a nice job. I think he'll be able to contribute as well.
Move over to your right, Coach, and we'll go to Dan.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are 11 touchdowns and 14 trips to the red zone this year. What's been the key to getting that part of the offense going?
Good execution in the red zone.
How important is it to have that unit go in to get the this offense where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's very important.
A little bit back here to the left, John.
Coach, down here, can you talk about Maurice Ways? We've seen a little bit more of him lately, what he's done to put himself in position.
Yeah, there's a great question. Mo is really asserted himself. I think he's climbing the depth chart right now. You know, he is showing up in the play on the down. He is finding somebody to block. He is most every time he's been in, he's done the right assignment. He had maybe one or two errors this past game, but it's getting good. But yeah, the way he's blocking it, we're really impressed with. Now, JU's the best. JU Chesson is the effort and the aggressiveness which he's blocking with is the best of our receivers. You saw it on Jake Rudock's touchdown, a real courage play where he came back from running a route, got into just effort to get a block to secure the touchdown for the quarterback. There's two plays where he blocked, and one time he blocked the corner, then blocked the safety. Another time where he had two cuts on the same play. Just real great effort plays by JU. And Mo is coming too. Darboh, got in there a few times with real good blocks on the safeties. And that's something for a wide receiver to come in and block a safety. Those safeties are bigger, they're tougher, they're stronger than cornerbacks are, and they're the run supporters for the. I'm really pleased with that. I'm really pleased the way our wide receivers are blocking right now, and it's been a real factor in the run game. And the more I want to see more receivers doing it, but you can see our run game going when our receivers are blocking, especially when it's Darboh, Chesson, and Mo Ways. When those guys aren't in there, we don't run the ball as well. Coincidentally or not, they're blocking better. And Mo is somebody that's climbing fast because he's doing a good job in that area.
Go on the left in the middle here.
Looking forward to the coming up game against Maryland, obviously opening the Big Ten slate. Any major points of emphasis as you head into conference play?
Any major what?
Points of emphasis.
Oh, points of emphasis? Yeah, good week of preparation, good week of practice. We're going to need it. This is a very good football team in all phases. High alert in the special teams. The coverage units you're going to have to be great, both the kickoff coverage and the punt coverage. This return game that Maryland has is one of the best I've ever seen in college football, and so is the returner. And it's no secret, but I'm just alerting everybody that we know, and we know they're really good. So, great challenge for our coverage units this week. High alert.
Go right in front of your coach with Mark.
You had spoken a number of times last week about the size of BYU's receivers and that was the challenge that was going to be how physical they were.
Mm-hmm.
What did your secondary do to kind of negate that?
It was tight coverage. I thought they were anticipating well. They were in using really good fundamentals and technique, and played well together as a unit.
One other thing, as long as on the fake punt, how does that come in? Is that your call, or is that something that Blake can read himself? How did that shake out?
Yeah, that was something that he could read himself.
Obviously it didn't work, but 4th and 16 seems kind of an unusual situation. So.
Yeah. I can only agree with you. I cannot disagree. I concur.
Coach, over to your left.
I don't think maybe they didn't have 4th and 16s in Australia. We're educating young Blake too.
Over to your left here, Coach, with Angelique.
Jim, I was wondering, how do you go about filing your poll each week, and what do you make of rankings at this stage or at any time for the year?
I think they're interesting. People have interest in them. Therefore, they're interesting.
You have to file one, though.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you go about that?
Just go about it.
Move to the back.
Well, I mean, sometimes Dave helps. I didn't.
Just one of my duties. Just one of my one of my many duties. Just go about it.
Coach Harbaugh. Zara Maldonado, WDIV. To go off of that one, you're not a big rankings type of guy. You're not about reading your own paper clippings. How important is that, though, that you've got Michigan back on the poll, got Michigan back on the radar? How does that make you feel about your progression here at Michigan?
Well, the only relevant thing is onward to Maryland and the Big Ten season, the challenge that we have, proving that we can win a road game. All those things are so much more relevant.
Jim, you said a couple weeks ago that you wanted to kind of bring Drake Johnson along slowly to knock the rust off and things like that. 5 carries each of the past 2 weeks. He's looked pretty good. How close is he to being someone that you could give the ball to 10 or 15 times like Davion?
I think he's ready to do that. I believe he is. There's different parts of coming back from an injury. I mean, somebody comes back from an injury and they got to be I guess better than just being able to walk around like a normal person would to be football ready. And then once they're there, then they start participating in football. Then they have to be better than somebody. There's different stages to being all the way back. Right now, all of our running backs would like to carry the ball more, and they're stating their case every time they get the ball, and that's been good. They've been hungry for those reps. Drake's and Drake included. But I would say the same for Davion, Ty Isaac, Derek Green, Ross Douglas, Drake Johnson. They're all competing to be the guy carrying the ball. And then they got to block. They got to block when they don't have the ball, and they got to protect when it's a pass, and so all those things factor in. But bodes well that they all want it, and then they have the chance to state their case and when they're out there.
Give him all the way to your right, Coach Rachel.
But I guess I'm just answering your question. It's not just, hey, use 15 carries. There's a bit of a process there.
Jim, going back to the aspect of winning a road game, in your estimation, what does it take for a team to win a road game? Something Michigan struggled with over the past couple of years.
Just being good, being a good football team.
Anything in particular?
That's the main thing. You ask what does it take? I'd put that at the top of the list, number one, by far.
Come back over here to the middle. We have time for a couple more questions, Adam.
Jim, the past couple weeks, offensively, you guys have been talking about developing big plays. There were 2 20-yard completions, a 40-yard completion, and Davion's 60-yard touchdown run. Where's this offense at in terms of the big play capacity?
Got better. It was nice to see. Some real fine effort by Davion. Have you seen that play? It's like, that was a great block by Mo Ways. That was a touchdown block by Mo Ways, getting in and getting the safety. And then Davion kind of got, he was in the middle of a big scrum, a big pile, and then when he popped out, boom, there's Mo Ways to get the touchdown block, and off goes Davion. And so what does it take? Team effort. It's everybody doing their job and straining to stay on blocks, straining to stay in protection, to give Jake Rudock the time to find Jake Butt running a nice route downfield. He's open. He hits him with the ball, and good hands by Jake. But it's team effort. What does it take? There's offensive linemen that were straining up front. backs and that were blocking, and we had a nice play fake on the play, et cetera. So that kind of precision will lead to big plays, and we definitely want them.
And follow up, I think Saturday you said that you couldn't wait to watch Davion's run on tape, if I remember correctly, in your post game. How many times did you watch that play?
I said I couldn't wait to watch JU's block on Jake Rudock's.
How many times did you watch that play?
Oh, 3 or 4. Yeah. Only took a couple to see what I wanted to see. It was a great effort played by JU. Great contact courage. I mean, it's not like it was one of those, they don't see you coming. I mean, the defender saw JU coming, and he still kept coming, and it was a good hearty collision, and a very good contact courage play on both players' parts, and a great effort play by JU to put himself in that position. You got to understand that guys will assess, pretty fast, like, you either go now from point A to point B and see how fast you can get there and make that block, or just a little bit of hesitation won't allow me to get there, and nobody even know it or not. But that was one of those plays where that was real contact courage. Me, just went and made a real hearty block, and really happy to see that. And Darbo's doing the same thing, and Moways are doing the same thing at a higher level than most receivers you're ever gonna find. So really happy about that.
Jim, 2 guys we forgot to ask. Brian Cole and DeMonte, are those long-term injuries, or are they just working through stuff?
Yeah, 2 different things. 2 different things there. Yeah.
Does having a night game after 3 straight noon games, do you have to change your preparation in any way for that?
Not really. Not too much.
Last question, Andy Lee.
Can I ask 2 since my last one went over so well?
Which was your last question?
About the polls. I still don't know if you actually do your
I thought I could give a good professional answer on that.
It was professional. I don't know. I still don't know if you do it yourself. That's all. I was just wondering if you actually sit there. But that wasn't my question right now.
Okay.
I just said.
Yeah, that was answered. We answered that one. Yeah.
If Devion is unable to play, who would Ty be the starting tailback?
I mean, I think we've pretty thoroughly plowed that ground too. There's a lot of players that are, hungry to get carries, and multiple backs would.
Okay, I understand. And I was just wondering who would start. I mean, it sounds like it would be Ty then. I mean, okay, forget it.
Well, no, I mean.
No, forget it. I just wondered who would start. That's all.
Probably two things. I mean, number one is I'd love to have that information from the opposition each week.
Got it.
Who's really going to be starting? What role are they going to be in? How are you going to use them? What will they be effective at? But we don't get that information, so why would we be in a position to give that information? I know you want it, but I would want it too. So, and the other thing is, there's really, unless it's the quarterback, I mean, we don't have any kind of who's the starter, who's not the starter. There's just, I understand completely people want to talk about the quarterback and understand that's a part of football, but when it comes to no right guard controversies. No, there's no who's starting here or there.
My last question is about this Michigan Mile. A couple of guys have talked about it. Is that, what is your plan? Is that sort of a reset for the week? Is that how you approach having them go through the Michigan Mile each week? Every Monday, I think, right?
I think it accomplishes a couple things. Number one, conditioning. Number two, just get the lactic acid out, and a good way to make the body feel better. It's good to run, but it's kind of what do you say? Resets.
Resets a week.
Yeah. I think distance running does that. You know, you get kind of coordinate your whole mind and body with some distance running. No, I don't run it. Of course, I didn't play a game and don't have a whole lot of lactic acid built up. But yeah, it's been good. It's been competitive. Pearson's been winning the last couple, and then today got a good idea. I think we're going to make it more competitive. We're going to handicap it a little bit. Let some of the bigger guys have a head start. I think that'll give them a shot, you know. Is that what you call it, handicapping? It is, right word?
But what you're saying is if we can get information from the opposition, we can have a trade that information?
Yeah, we might be able to come to some accord there, yeah. Now you're talking. All good? Thanks. Okay.